chopstick. Welcome back to the Gospel of E. This week's project, today's project maybe, is replacing our dishwasher. So our dishwasher right there that you can see will turn on, but it will not, oh, there we go. But I think the pump that pumps the water in, or however it works, is not working. The heater and everything else in it works, and maybe I could fix it, but I don't have the time, and the part would be almost as expensive as buying a decent used dishwasher. So today I was at Habitat Restore, and I found one that they had dropped the price on quite a bit. So they cannot guarantee me it works, but you know what? I'll take that risk. So initially the price was $100, but I checked, and they've been doing this new thing where if it has been in there and not being bought for a while, they start dropping the price incrementally. So if I wait until the end of March, it would have been like $35, but I'm not gonna wait that long, or 25, something like that. But they had dropped it down to 50. So I talked with them and they said, yeah, sure enough, it's $50. So I ended up buying it. So today, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna change it. Okay, so first things first, we need to turn off the water and the power. So number 25. So that should have turned off the power and the water, and I need to check to make sure, which reminds me, in order to empty the line, I need to go to a lower faucet. Yep, it's off. Emptied this line, but unfortunately it's not lower. Also, just to make sure, yep, does not start. But I do have my hose outside, which is about 2 feet lower. Okay. All right, now I did it. So every time you disconnect your dishwasher, there are 3 things that are connected to it. One is the drain. So when it drains water, it comes into your main line and then goes out. And that's the one for the dishwasher right here. Then it's the water line, which is this one right here. It connects to the cold side. No, to the hot side, sorry. And then the power it's behind that way and goes underneath the dishwasher, and we're gonna get to that. But before I can get to any of it, first, I need to empty all these chemicals. All right, they're gone. So next thing I need to do is disconnect the drain hose, and usually all you need to do is just loosen this screw out here, and it comes off. Now, a couple of things I want to say. If you're going to leave this off for a long time, you want to plug it in with something, because fumes from will come up. They're not that much because usually you have water in here, which blocks the fumes coming from the sewer. But these things almost always get dirty in here. And so it's very good for you to pay attention to it because it will stink up your house. I'm going to take advantage of everything being empty, and I am going to open this up because I've been having some bad smells come from it lately, and I want to clean it out. Because I've also been having a little bit of a a drainage issue. So this gives me a good opportunity to do this. All right, there wasn't very much in it. Thank goodness. So back up. Okay, might not be very dirty looking, but it smells awful. So I'm gonna go dump it in the toilet. So the next step is the water. It is this thing here. Let me go get a vice grip. Put a towel to catch the water. There's going to be a little bit of water in this hose. You can't really do anything about it. There we go. So this one is detached. There we go. Whoops. More water. Okay, so the wires coming here. This is the power that goes into here, and I just need to remember how to disconnect this, but I am seeing that there's a little bolt holding this electrical box in, so I'm going to try to remove that to hopefully make it easier for me to disconnect it. That thing took forever. Here's where all the magic happens. Let's see, how do we take this apart? There we go. Scared me. Even though I know it's turned off, I'm always weary. Yep, well, I touched it, it's fine. But that's not the way you should do it. The way you should do it is place something that can tell you whether it's on or not. Aha, there it is. He does not light up. That means there is no power going to this. First things first, let's pull the drain. I was able to bend it. I don't like bending it because I feel like over time this is going to become an issue, but I didn't want to release this either. So I bent it, gave it a little bit of extra space. And then I used a thicker cable tie here to keep it away from the spring, because it was riding up on the screen, which is, or spring, sorry, which is what you use to open the dishwasher. So, first thing before I do anything with electricity, I want to make sure that the water side of things is not leaking or anything like that. So I'll make sure everything is closed, and I'm gonna go turn it on. Okay. Not feeling any water, but what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna hook up the electricity, turn this on to make sure first of all that it turns on, and then start it, because the water most likely is not in the line. So if it's going to drip, oh, there is a small drip. So let me tighten these things up. All right, so this is the electrical side of things, and I need to pass this through here, hook the ground right there, and then join these. Now there's a tad bit of a leak there, so I'm going to try to figure out. It seems like it's coming from right there, but this is a small piece. If I can, I want to run it a little bit and see what it does. But it seems pretty easy. Just disconnect this, remove this piece, and then go find another one. Just got a new package. I hope it is what I think it is. So I need to finish the dishwasher. And yes, it seems to be that. Let's see. There we go. Okay, that was the piece I was needing. There we go. And if I need to attach another one, I will. It mounts like this, and they had tightened it to where it was at a 90-degree angle. So whenever I had to put the hose, I had to turn it sharply, and I didn't want it over time to crack or whatever. And so first thing first, I need to put this in and get it to face this way rather than this way, so the hose can just attach straight to it and skip all the problems that you might have, or I might have, with that in the future. So, a long time ago, somebody told me when you put Teflon on, you don't want to go more than 3 rounds around it, because all you're going to be doing is just squeezing it out as you're tightening. And so what I'm doing is 1, 2, and almost 3. Okay, staying in though, so that's good. There we go. A bit more. There we go. Okay, finished up all the wiring on the dishwasher, cleaned it, and also I kept the blanket or whatever that thing is called from the previous one, because this one was used and it didn't have one. And installed all the new hardware, and I am not seeing any leaking, but I'm gonna let it do a full cycle and see how that goes. But I call it done. Please like and subscribe. Come back next week. Be blessed.